What is up everyone, my name's Al from Games Rip, and today we're going to be taking a look at another SGA arcade cabinet game, essentially playing, well it is playing, on the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, this game, most people will know. If they don't know it, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked. And that game is Contra. That's right, we're taking a look at the actual port, SGA. That's right, no emulation here, an actual port of that game working on the Sega Dreamcast. Now, is it any good? Only time will tell. That time is now. So here we go, another Ian Michael spectacular. That's right, we're taking a look at Contra, the arcade SGA arcade port onto the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, no emulation here. Bill and Lance are at it on the Sega Dreamcast. Now you're probably thinking, Alex, now surely this is going to work flawlessly. And to be fair, it actually does work pretty well. I mean, there's no real graphical issues. The main issues are all down to speed. This is the main issue when it comes to having actual ports, or actual decent working ports, not emulation, actual ports of SGA games running on the Sega Dreamcast. It always seems to come down to speed. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure Ian Michael will be doing an update on this at some point. Don't get me wrong, it's an old project, but it doesn't mean he won't return to it again. And it's a project I'm pretty sure most of you will like, because there's a lot of decent arcade games, but I know not just you, but I also want to see come to the Sega Dreamcast. Now, if you didn't know, the name Contra actually means against, and it makes me wonder, does it mean that? Because that's what it basically translates from, against. And to be fair, when you look at it, I suppose it kind of makes sense, right? So obviously this game originally came out in the arcades and also on the MSX2 and also on the NES. So this has been on many different consoles, starting from 1987, like I said, when it initially hit, the arcades by Konami, and eventually in 1988 when it came to the Nintendo. And now we're playing it in 2021 on the Sega Dreamcast, and it's an absolute beauty. Like I said, the main issue is the speed here, but control-wise, no issues at all. D-pad and the face buttons do an absolutely perfect job, and it plays absolutely beautifully. It's a game I like to actually come back to quite a lot. It's kind of addictive in its nature with the music and the sort of pacing of the game. Funny enough, the fact that the game is slightly slower than normal actually kind of helps. And it's kind of because the game is so quick, fast and frantic normally, but that speed actually made it that little bit easier to play, I want to say. Because obviously these arcade games, they're built to kind of punish us. They're built to take your money at the end of the day. They're not built to do anything else but that. And yeah, that speed issue actually kind of helps. Yeah, it kind of hinders it as well, and it's not really showing its true speed. But there are times where the game actually does seem to be running at about 70 to 80% speed. So when you see that actually happening, it's a glorious sight to see. And like I said, it doesn't mean this won't end up being resolved in the long term, but in the short term, this is the way we play it, and it's actually not too bad. It's just the way I like to see it is the fact, we're not playing emulation, we're playing a port. Now, obviously, you could go down the route of playing something like a Nintendo emulator. You could do that on the Sega Dreamcast. But no, I'm all about being pure here, and I think this is the way to play it. Anyway, I've been Al from Games Rep. This is a nice quick look at Contra, the SGA version port working on the Sega Dreamcast. Al signing out. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/gamesrip. as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.